channel. I'm Diamond, also known as the Quality Name, here on YouTube, Instagram, and technically Twitter. So today's video is going to be, I feel like I always start off my videos like this because I'll be like, how do I don't even know. I don't even know, but yeah, okay, so I just wanted to have a open and honest moment with you guys. I have been finding myself struggling with imposter syndrome and feeling like the work that I put in and the success that I have arrived to doesn't feel like I'm deserving of it. And in a lot of ways, I've often struggled with this, when it came to acknowledging accomplishments or giving myself the respect that is due. I sometimes shy away from it, most times shy away from it, and I find myself being humble in a way that discredits all of the work that I have put into my own efforts. I've been reading this book, and I'll leave it in the description box below, but it's basically a book that covers how our body holds on to trauma, essentially, and things that don't really serve us or things that we don't necessarily address in the present, how it can affect our bodies in the long run. And it's something that I didn't necessarily believe, so to say. I've always just been well, if things happen, if they, it's always just felt like I have control over my body. What do you mean? I can choose what affects me, and not realizing that our mind and our body, two separate entities. So if we're lying to our mind and saying no, that doesn't affect me, no, that doesn't bother me, oh, it's cool, it's fine, then our body will react and be like, girl, no, it's not. I'm gonna need you to, what is this? We're not aligned, we're not in tune. And I've been finding that in me not being aligned, in me not being in tune, that I've been frantic all over the place and not allowing myself to have credit in the things that I do. And I don't even know if any of this is making sense, but I get to this point where I'm I don't want to come on here and complain about where I'm at mentally or what's going on. Your job is to create and that is it. But it's I'm a whole human, and I recognize that in a lot of ways, oh my gosh, a butterfly. In a lot of ways, I try to shield myself from showing my most authentic self to you all in fear that I'll be rejected. And it's that's so silly. That's so ludicrous. We're all human beings. We all experience good and bad. And it's important to acknowledge that we have those days, because you never know who is watching, who... Okay, so I was about to go into this whole spiel of you never know who is watching, but at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about you feeling safe and okay to be vulnerable in spaces like these, if this is the path that you choose. If you want to be a content creator, and granted, you don't have to share everything if that's not what you desire, but in order for you to create a organic and an authentic following, so to say, you have to present and show up as yourself. And I feel in a lot of ways I've shielded from showing up as myself in fear of like I said, rejection, or just feeling well, maybe this won't be relatable, or maybe this won't be something that they gravitate towards. What kind of content can I produce that gets the views, gets the engagement, gets the admiration from my community that I've built? And what I've found is being me is what brings it. In those moments where I am too judgmental of a photo that I have created, or too in my head about the way an edit has come out for a photo, I find that those photos are the ones that typically do the best. Those are the ones that skyrocket. The videos that I'm I guess it looks kind of cool. That also ties into my whole perfectionism and feeling like in order for me to release something, it has to be quote unquote perfect, when in theory, perfection is impossible to achieve. And that's something that I'm continually trying to unlearn and or rather learn, because it's like I put myself in this box and I force myself to feel like if it doesn't meet this standard of quality, then it's not deserving of being seen. And I just it's so convoluted in thought, and like it makes absolutely no sense, because I constantly find that when I just show up as myself, people relate to it, people connect to it, because we're all human. And yeah, and side note, I have struggled with being human for a very long time. Like I've always felt like, and this even goes back to like, I have like briefly mentioned it in like my why I locked my hair video, but like prior to graduating from college and even before going into college, I had this very strong like, I am diamond unique, I am this, I am that, like what do you mean everything's gonna go my way, and blase. And it got to a point where my confidence was fueling me. It was pushing me and telling me, all right girl, like you right, you got this, you good, like we gonna do this. And after graduating from college and not receiving what I assumed would be my reality, like I was denied from multiple jobs, turned away from like opportunities, so to say, and just feeling like, am I not diamond unique? Like, what is this? Like, I don't understand. And that whole relearning of who I am as an individual outside of my accomplishments made me realize that I was struggling a lot with my identity and who I was outside of the things that I had done. And so it's like I try much more now to measure myself on a scale of who I am as a person and not what I've achieved. And girl, it's tough. It's really tough. Like when the majority of your childhood and your upbringing, you were known for making good grades and being the best student and just always excelling, it became much more about those things and not who I was as a person. And I recognized in being in that state of I don't really know, or like, what does this all mean? I recognize that I began to find me. And even in me finding me, I still struggle with perfectionism. I still struggle with imposter syndrome of feeling like I haven't achieved the things that I'm supposed to have achieved because of some deadline that I made when I was 20. Like, I'm 25 and I'm continually learning to be a better version of myself. And the only person that I am competing with is me. And that's something that I have to continually put into my head. And yeah, I know I've been like rambling and this is like all over the place, but I hope that, I don't know, like, I don't even know what I hope. I don't know. I don't have a particular hope for this video or like a, ooh, getting a little in my chest. Also recognizing, I find in a lot of ways that our bodies show us when we are tapping into a new point of reality, so to say. So like the itchiness in my throat that just arrived out of nowhere came from like, whoa, you're opening up your throat chakra. Like you're speaking about things that you have struggled with for a very long time. And that's wonderful. That's great. Like, get it out. Like it's good for your overall healing. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you ever have feelings of like imposter syndrome or like struggle with perfectionism, or feeling like if this doesn't pop off, then what am I really doing? Am I really creating? Am I really, or am I fine tuning an image that I created of myself a long time ago? Or am I walking into who I was always destined to be by just growing and evolving? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't, yeah, so I don't know. This was my first, like, put it all out there. Like, girl, let's get vulnerable. Yeah, and if you guys like sit downs like these of just jumbled up thoughts and where my head be, let me know, because it's like, why not show up as yourself? Why not be present? Why not experience these emotions? Why push them away? Yeah. And also, I told y'all, and I think I told y'all like 2 Sundays ago, yeah. Message, not just playing. But like 2 Sundays ago, I expressed that I've been like journaling and waking up early and whatnot, and I've still been doing those things, and I've been uncovering a lot of things about myself. And I think that it's very important that we have these conversations with ourselves and find out what's really going on. So that's it for this video. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this because I just feel like I've been rambling. Maybe that's what it's gonna be. I also wanted to like quickly update you guys on like merch and everything. Even that is tied into my whole ideas of like perfectionism and just being afraid to release, because what if it's not what I hope it is for you all? Like, I hope it's something that you can connect with. And it's like my first release, I just wanted to do something like really simple in design because I love minimalistic things, but I also just want to make sure that it's good, you know, it's quality. So yeah. I don't know. Girl, cut the camera. Cut the camera. Okay, peace.